Ryan's kind of perpetually highly publicizing his bromances to trying to convince the public that these bromances are perfectly normal. And we're not really asking for that convincing, but Hugh Jackman has been plagued with rumors of homosexuality, his bromances, to trying to convince the public that these bromances are perfectly normal. And we're not really asking for that convincing, but Hugh Jackman has been plagued with rumors of homosexuality.
Ryan Reynolds has been very vocal about his relationships with his male co-stars, constantly emphasizing his heterosexuality in a way that feels almost like overcompensation. Why does he feel the need to prove his masculinity through these bromance? We get it. Guys can hang.
Anyways, people really began upping the questioning of his sexuality
without it being weird, but why does it seem like he's always trying to convince us otherwise? It's almost like he's working overtime to assure.
Hugh Jackman opted to kiss his male co-star throughout this production, even though in the original screenplay there was no kiss between the male stars.
Time to assure everyone that he's the ultimate straight guy in Hollywood. Is he hiding something? Is he insecure? The more he pushes this narrative, the more it makes you wonder what he's really trying to hide. The focus of all this attention has been the ongoing legal drama surrounding.
My viewpoint is Blake Lively has nothing to do with what is happening. Her husband has come undone.
Which features Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and involves Ryan Reynolds' close friend, Hugh Jackman. It's become clear that Jackman's role in the promotion of the film has taken a strange turn. During a promotional skit, which was in poor taste, Jackman seemed to mock Baldoni.
Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why, what have you heard?
Baldoni, and his involvement only complicated matters further. Jackman was also heavily involved in the ongoing production of Deadpool, a film that overlaps with *. It ends with us adding to the tension between the involved parties. To
joking about how you and your wife essentially tried to leverage by accusing him of
make things more complicated. Jackman recently divorced his wife of 27 years, Deborah Lee Furness, which has sparked renewed speculation about his sexuality, a topic that has been in the spotlight for years. Is there more to Jackman's story than what is shared publicly? The timing.
Simple Favor 2 premiere, and people are noting that she seems increasingly uncomfortable and anxious, and maybe it really is just a lot for her to deal with.
Involvement in this legal drama is too coincidental to ignore, and it only raises more questions about what's going on behind the scenes. If the drama surrounding Jackman's personal life wasn't enough, there's a major legal battle brewing over the *. It ends with us movie. Blake Lively's legal team has been pushing for an attorney's eyes only (AEO) designation to keep certain documents private. They argue that revealing some information could potentially destroy the careers of
Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, will be deposed, and I suspect that might be making Ryan Reynolds extremely nervous, and I'll tell you why.
But what kind of information could be so damaging? If it's career-ruining, you have to wonder if the people involved are hiding something, or if there's a hidden agenda at play, and then there are the potential texts and communication. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds...
Gay, fine, he would say he's gay. It has gotten so out of whack that they say it's stupid, and yeah, it's annoying because it's not true.
That's right, so you as an actor, you can't be able to sing, dance...
Yeah.
And be straight.
Right. Well, you know, it's just ridiculous.
Over his past behavior, including a now infamous story about an uncomfortable incident with Olivia Wilde on the set of *, the Change-Up star.
Ryan Reynolds' bromances, his various bromances over the years. We've talked about him and Jake Gyllenhaal, and obviously this has been a bromance that has been very much thrown in the public's face.
That there was a fine line between acting and inappropriate behavior, which raises questions about his actions on set. If he downplays these serious moments of discomfort, it could reflect poorly on him when it comes to his public persona.
Ryan's kind of perpetually highly publicizing his bromances is something that I find to be quite strange, right? Mostly because he's a 48-year-old man, Ryan Reynolds.
More details continue to surface. The pressure on Reynolds and the others involved in this Hollywood saga is mounting. The public is demanding transparency, and the scrutiny around their actions is growing. Will the truth come to light?
He has 4 kids, and he seems to dedicate a lot of time and resources, like financial resources, to trying to convince the public that these bromances are perfectly normal. And we're not really asking for that conviction.
Truth come to light, And if so, what impact will it have on their careers? Ryan Reynolds has made it clear that he shares close, often playful relationships with many of his male
And we're not really asking for that convincing. Like, I don't need people to convince me that guys can hang out with one another, but he feels like he has to make that effort. So he's like, nothing's weird here, nothing's weird. Bromances are so normal. I mean, notoriously, that's the reason why he flew out Liz Plank, Justin Baldoni's podcast partner.
Playful relationships with many of his male co-stars, frequently emphasizing his heterosexuality in a way that almost feels like overcompensation. He often speaks about his bromance and friendships, particularly with famous co-stars like Hugh Jackman, in a way that seems designed to assert.
If you find out that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Hefner have a relationship or something, it does change significantly. It tells you about the mindset. I mean, there's so many things that are relevant for the jury to understand about what was going on in these people's lives.
Natural for guys to have close friendships, Reynolds need to constantly highlight his straightness, and his macho connection seems almost excessive. It begs the question, why does he feel the need to prove his masculinity so strongly in the public eye? There's a certain level of self-assurance that comes with just being comfortable in your own skin. Yet, the more Reynolds reinforces this narrative, the more it feels like he's trying to convince people, and maybe even himself, that he fits the mold of the quintessential straight Hollywood man.
His deposition will likely be crucial. They are not leaving any stone unturned.
Straight Hollywood man. This overemphasis on his straight identity creates an intriguing contrast when you look at the ongoing drama surrounding his career. One of the major focal points of attention recently has been the legal troubles related to the movie It Ends With Us*, a film starring Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, with Reynolds' close friend Hugh Jackman getting caught up in the situation. The movie's behind-the-scenes issues have...
Hugh Jackman was also in the now infamously cringe It Ends With Us promotional skit that had nothing to do with promoting the movie, which was about domestic violence, where Ryan directed it and he brought in his mom and Blake was in the background. We learned that
behind-the-scenes issues have spilled into the public eye, involving not just professional drama but personal issues too. Hugh Jackman's involvement, specifically his participation in a promotional skit for the movie, raised eyebrows when it seemed to mock Justin Baldoni in a way that felt uncomfortable. This wasn't a simple slip-up, it had deeper implications, especially given the context of the legal battle surrounding the film.
And his best friend, because he just wanted a little bit of A-list power there, and when you're really obviously trying to be a high school bully, you want to be like, we're the cool kids.
During such a sensitive time only made things more complex, as it added layers of intrigue and raised suspicions about what's really happening in Hollywood behind closed doors. What makes this situation even more complicated?
Nothing. What better way to make him uncomfortable than to promote his movie, him being Justin Baldoni's movie, and bring in an A-lister to mock him, and so Hugh Hefner played himself.
Situation even more complicated is Jackman's recent divorce from his wife of 27 years, Deborah Lee Furness. Their split reignited speculation about Jackman's sexuality, which has been a subject of conversation for many years. Some people have long speculated that Jackman might be hiding parts of his personal life.
No. It's not every day a guy gets to interview the love interest of his best friend's wife, and the guy trying to replace Ryan as a husband and me as his best mate.
Holy shit.
What the hell are you doing messing with my best buddy's wife?
Sir, I have no idea.
Drama. Blake Lively's legal team has been pushing to keep certain documents confidential, arguing for an attorney's eyes only (AEO) designation. This means that some evidence could be withheld from the public to avoid causing harm to third parties.
Then appeared at the It Ends With Us premiere. Again, not his movie. Kind of weird that he's hitting the red carpet with them. He obviously knows what is going on. What would that conversation have been on the way to the premiere?
Could be withheld from the public to avoid causing harm to third parties involved in the case. But this only raises more questions. What information could be so damaging? If releasing it could destroy the careers of those involved, it seems that there's something at stake here that's far beyond a tip.
So he was one of the unnamed dragons, if you will, in all of this. And it looks like for that, he is being awarded for his contributions with a deposition.
Is there a deeper conspiracy in play, or is there an agenda being pursued behind the scenes? Moreover, there are rumors that Lively may have been secretly working with pop star Taylor Swift behind the scenes. The speculation is that they could be attempting to destroy Justin Baldoni's career by manipulating the public narrative. The pair's communication...
So bromance is almost this permission for men to connect and to show love to each other because it's like a joke.
Then there's the personal side of Hugh Jackman's life that's been playing out alongside this legal battle.
In case you were unaware, he recently divorced his wife of 27 years. Her name is Deborah Lee Furness. 27 years is a very long time to be married. They announced their separation to the public in September of 2020.
The pair's communications, especially text messages, are now under intense scrutiny. If these communications do exist and they reveal such a conspiracy, the consequences would be monumental. For one, it could expose Lively and Swift as masterminds behind a campaign to take down Baldoni. If their public personas were revealed to be part of a larger strategy to ruin someone's career, it would damage their carefully cultivated images as sweet and innocent celebrities. The fallout would be devastating for their public and professional lives, as it would reveal a more Machiavellian side to their actions. At the core of the legal battle is the question of whether these hidden communications could alter the outcome of the case.
But Hugh Jackman has been plagued with rumors of homosexuality throughout his entire career. It has been speculated for a host of reasons. Some fair, some not. Some people just never really bought into him at the peak of his career.
Of the case. If it turns out that Lively and Swift have been trying to sabotage Baldoni's reputation, it would not only change the way we view their involvement in this case, but it could completely shift the dynamics of their careers moving forward. The idea that they could be orchestrating a smear campaign adds a level of intrigue and complexity.
It's quite strange. He was 28 years old when they got married. She was 41 years old. So many people were saying right off the bat, no. This guy is using her as a beard, which is the term that people use when you're in like one of these cover marriages.
People began to connect dots between Jackman's film roles, his personal life, and, well, Hollywood.
Increased scrutiny for his own past behavior. One particularly uncomfortable story that resurfaced involved an incident on the set of The Change-Up with Olivia Wilde, where Reynolds admitted that some of his actions may have crossed a line from acting into inappropriate behavior. While it might have been a joke at the time, the admission...
All of these gay jokes, but nobody's actually asking him to do that. Not the gay community or the heterosexual community.
Joke at the time, the admission makes you wonder, was Reynolds truly aware of the boundaries he was pushing, or was he too focused on maintaining his tough guy image? This has sparked further questions about how he conducts himself on set and whether his behavior aligns with the image he projects to the public. If his past actions come to light as more than just awkward moments of humor, it could tarnish his reputation and create...
Like, who needed this justification paid for to bring in an expert to tell you that guys can go out to dinner and it's totally chill? It's a weird thing for them to be trying to constantly tell us.
The public is increasingly demanding transparency, and the truth behind these legal and personal dramas may soon be revealed. As more information emerges, it's clear that the stakes are high, and the fallout from these revelations could have far-reaching consequences for their careers.
The Daily Mail, it says, surprising new twist in Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni legal battle as Hugh Jackman is pulled into the saga. And then it tells us that according to a source, Hugh Jackman is going to be deposed before the trial because Baldoni's legal team wants to get the full scope of Reynolds' conduct.
With all these competing narratives and tangled relationships, the pressure on Reynolds, Lively, Jackman, and the others involved is only building. Will the truth ever come out, and if it does, will it destroy the carefully constructed images of these Hollywood stars? This version delves deeper into the motivations and implications surrounding the legal battles, relationships, and personal stories of the involved parties, while also addressing the impact on their careers. Let me know if you'd like to further refine any parts. While also addressing the impact on their careers.
Romance at the time that he separates from his wife, and you just wonder if that's also partially the reason why Blake's team is adamant that they need this AEO determination.
With all these competing narratives and tangled relationships, the pressure on Reynolds, Lively, Jackman, and the others involved is only building. The public is increasingly demanding transparency, and the truth behind these legal and personal dramas may soon be revealed. As more information emerges, it's clear that the stakes are high, and the fallout from these revelations could have far-reaching consequences for their careers. The question remains, will the truth ever come out, and if it does...
Right, they want the judge to agree to an attorney's eyes only designation to protect, as they term it, highly confidential information that could destroy the careers of the third-party people that are involved.
With all these competing narratives and tangled relationships, the pressure on Reynolds, Lively, Jackman, and the others involved is only building. The public is increasingly demanding transparency, and the truth behind these legal and personal dramas may soon be revealed. As more information emerges, it's clear that the stakes are high, and the fallout from these revelations could have far-reaching consequences for their careers. The question remains, will the truth ever come out, and if it does, will it destroy the carefully constructed images of these Hollywood stars? This version delves deeper into the motivations and implications surrounding the legal battles, relationships.
Okay, so third party, meaning they're not listed in this lawsuit as plaintiffs or defendants, but they're third parties, and they're going to get deposed, and we're going to get to subpoena some information, and they're going like, we need this AEO designation because their careers would be ruined if the public found something out about them.
With all these competing narratives and tangled relationships, the pressure on Reynolds, Lively, Jackman, and the others involved is only building. The public is increasingly demanding transparency, and the truth behind these legal and personal dramas may soon be revealed. As more information emerges, it's clear that the stakes are high, and the fallout from these revelations could have far-reaching consequences for their careers. The question remains, will the truth ever come out, and if it does, will it destroy the carefully constructed images of these Hollywood stars? This version delves deeper into the motivations and implications surrounding the legal battles, relationships.